Storm Chasers, we're back today with Mr. Gepetto Jackson, or you may also know him as Andre Van. He's been on, I want to say, 2 or 3 times now, and you definitely got the people talking. I don't know if you know, but you got the people talking.
Yeah, you allowed it. You know what I mean? Your platform is definitely sensational.
Hey, that's what we do over here. And I will say, first off, you are working on new music. Make
Hmm.
sure you send me the link to everything. I think you did before, but send it again just so we
Yeah,
can keep
definitely.
plugging what you got out so far.
Yeah, definitely. The album's gonna be called "We Do Recover." Like it's a follow. It's a follow up from talking about like my recovery and just about a mix of the things that are going on in my life right now. Currently, still fighting and striving. It's gonna be a nice little piece, 7 tracks. So.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Hmm.
Well, I brought you here today because, of course, just so happy me and you started conversing a little while back, started doing videos together, and then now Jermaine Jackson has been accused of rape from 1988. So I wanted to ask, did you hear about it, and what can you tell us about Jermaine as a person?
I mean, like I said, I've been getting called all night. Real close family members, and it's just like there's a whole bunch of nonsense. It's just a target. It's one of them things where they know that he's not even in the country right now. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm not gonna say his
oh,
where I'm not gonna say his whereabouts now, but he's not even in
right.
the country right now. He's definitely not even in the country. So with that being said, it's like, how do we target? This whole thing is about the whole Michael Jackson movie and the foundation of the Jacksons because Jafar they put a $400 million budget on the movie, and
Really?
the owner of the Michael Jackson estate is definitely back in the whole situation. So you got the different producers that's behind the movie, but it's bigger than life now. Because they're like, okay, if we antagonize this, we got to get our hands in some type of controversy to create this news outlet. And
Yeah.
here we go again. You know, just painting this narrative to actually get these people talking and continue to slander the Jackson name and continue to build this that the Jackson family has problems and for being coming from greatness, all of them, they want to continue to show people like, oh, we're going to continue to get our hands in this pot and just thrive and eat off the name until we can't eat no more. And they're going to continue to do it over and over. They've been doing it for over what we're talking about now, like 40 years now.
Yeah, and it's definitely been profitable for accusers as well as oh wait, it's echoing. Okay, I just got to mute you while I talk, or it might be my room. It's been very profitable for the accusers, right? And I always have to use the word alleged, but it's also been profitable for media and even the entertainment industry in itself because it's created a long line of jokes. Even after those kids with the whole Michael Jackson thing, when they came out and said, "Look, our parents forced us to lie. This was a lie." It's like nobody really went back and said, "We need to clean this up as best we can
Hmm.
because this was a lie." And whether people realize it or not, all of the stress that Michael went through with that case when it came to those kids, I believe that also helped to
Yeah.
put
Hmm.
them in an early grave. If I'm being real.
Yeah, yeah. That's why he had to hide him. They wanted to make all these jokes and say he was covering the face with masks and stuff like that. But he was protecting them, their face until he could. And because he knew the media would try to take their pictures and just create a whole bunch of stories around them, and he didn't want them to see that. He wanted them to
Yeah,
be private and have a normal life.
he did. He really did want them to have a normal life. That is true. I wanted to read just a little bit of it. Um, this is Jermaine Jackson was accused of forcing his way into the acquaintance's home in 1988. She filed the civil suit on Wednesday, and okay, she claims he inflicted emotional, physical, psychological humiliation, shame, guilt, economic loss, economic capacity, and permanent emotional distress.
Yeah, that's all they're looking for is some type of compensation. That's all compensation talk. Like, why would you wait this long? We're talking about what, like 35 years?
Get some yeah, very, very, very long time. Yeah, because I'm born in 93, 35. Yeah, you're right, 35 years. Your math is good. your, your math is good.
Yeah, come on.
Now, I find what's interesting, she's also requesting a jury trial.
Yeah, and she's gonna bring up a whole bunch of stuff that people have been trying to from the past. Like I said, man, they're just gonna use a whole bunch of nothing. They're gonna use that all for the media to make money. That's all it's gonna
Mm.
come about. They'll get them in court, have a reason to get them in court, and then basically we get cameras, we get the news. The news gets paid, Hollywood gets paid. It's all one big movie. That's all it is. One big WWF. That's all,
It
man.
it is. The entertainment world is definitely a stage. And just me, I'm independent, but just me kind of stepping into that world, I've seen how people make certain phone calls and they're like, I'm mad at that person. I want you to run a story on that person.
Hmm.
I want you to ruin him. Or I've even gotten phone calls like, I don't want you to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, because they want to control your platform. That's what
Yeah.
it's about. And everybody has, like, when they watch, they expect you. The bigger you become, if you don't fit for their needs when they first watched you, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they want to change that. That's why, I see it on the comments. Like the last interview we did, like a lot of people was giving me hell, but at the same time, it's just like none of these people know me. And for those who were in the comments that did know me, I already made my amends to who I reached out. I apologized for my past issues and my addictions, and it still wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? So it's just like nobody really wants to really um, make a bond. It's just self destruct, control
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean?
You know what's also interesting? I saw in our last video, people, like you just said, they were bringing up your background. And I'm like, hey, first off, he told me about it. And number two, we talked about it in the video. I'm like, did
Yeah.
y'all not listen to the video?
I know they didn't listen to the video. All they wanted to go was just as soon as I told you, as soon as they go to the Google and they go anywhere else, they're not gonna listen to anything. They don't want to hear anything else. They want me to stay who the people say I am. They don't want me to become a better person. They don't want me to excel. They don't want me to grow. And I understand that now. I even put a response to my channel after I did it, and I was letting people know like this wasn't even about this. And the first video, and they was putting negative comments. It was strictly about my daughter. That's it. And you
Yep,
guys still slam dunk me, like, you know.
they did. That they did. Let
Hmm.
me ask you something. Just you being around a family, have you ever seen Jermaine do anything like what this lady is accusing?
No, Jermaine, that's nothing. I mean, you understand? He's a ladies' man. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I mean. The ladies love him. Remember he was a lead singer before Michael was, and you got to think about a lot of the ones that were Michael fans that couldn't reach Michael. Who guess who they were going to see? They were going to see Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, Randy. All the men. Then passed down from there to the second generation. So it's just like that. All that came around. You got to remember, like to this day, Michael Jackson fans is 4.8 billion. That's more than Christianity and Islam put together.
Yeah,
Michael could have told people he was Jesus Christ overseas, they would have believed it.
you're right. You're right. He's the only entertainer I know of that. I mean, when I say could cause mass chaos, I mean truly
Yeah,
cause mass chaos.
yeah. That's why you have artists that always compare, like, they compare Usher, they compare Omarion, they compare Chris Brown, they compare The
Beyonce.
Weeknd,
Yep,
they compare the Bruno Mars. Like, you got to keep on comparing to what the Jackson name. That's what it's about.
that's true. That is true. That is true. So okay, so let me ask your opinion on this. If you were Jermaine, if it was you,
Mhm.
would you just settle so it could go away, or would you actually go to trial?
He's gonna have to go to trial on the first attempt. You got to knock it out the park. See, that was the mistake that Mike did. Like, he basically, like, you know what I mean. He just didn't want to deal with anything. As soon as he paid, and they seen the amount that he paid, then it was like more people came abroad and kept on pushing and saying Michael was touching children. He was doing this, he was doing that. And he just kept on paying to get away from it. Not that he felt as if he did anything wrong, and he didn't do anything wrong. But it was the fact that he just couldn't take it. It hurt him too much. It hurt him way too much. And it was like, it's the same thing. But now as the battlefield's like, we can't get to anybody else. So who we going? We can't paint Janet. We can't paint, Tito and them all stay quiet. Like Jackie, all of them, Marley, all real laid back. But Jermaine is active, but he hasn't been active these past years. Like I was just with him at the Hard Rock Casino tours down here in Florida. We went to the one in Tampa, Coconut Creek. What was the name? And it was like another one in Hollywood, Florida, I think it was. Yep. And then the one in Gary, Indiana, we went out. It was like 5 shows. We went out there and went to go see them. And you could tell just like they do it for the love. It ain't even about the music anymore for them. It's more about the legacy. So when you got a person like Jermaine wasn't performing with them anymore. He was overseas, relaxing, just living life with his girlfriend. So now he's overseas, and now they're looking like, where's Jermaine at? Where's Jermaine at? Where's Jermaine at? Where's Jermaine at? And then now what happens is his son comes out and he's like, man, I'm playing Michael. And
his son is about to be a mega star, just from what I've seen.
I'm telling you, it's game over. Listen, and the music, Jafar is tough. Like Jafar is very, very tough. Like people don't understand like what's about to come, like everything. And he's practicing. Like you gotta understand, like he was already good, but now he's excellent now. It's game over.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Let me tell you, let the people know where they can find you before we get out of here.
Oh man, basically you can hit me up on Instagram at Gepetto Jackson Official, or you can hit me up on TikTok at Gepetto Jackson. And once again, you guys be looking out for that We Do Recover album. It's gonna be insane, 7 records. And once again, I'm honored for having you me on the show.
Always, as always, brother. Take care, and we'll be in touch. All right.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.